left him with a bit of a predicament now. Does he really want to take the black on? I wouldn't have thought so. And the other thing is, if it had stayed over the pocket, I think that Williams could have just got to it, maybe cushion first. So Heaney's certainly better than staying over the pocket.
Yellow ball.
Well, those shots are always on. He had safety in mind, but he also knew that this red was going close to this right corner pocket.
An excellent opening long red, then Mr. Red to right centre.
38.
And with a couple of scoring visits, it looks as though the Wizard is getting the first frame, and that makes it absolutely certain.
Maybe playing the double. Or the treble. Didn't play that. And Karen Wilson not amused.
Very nearly collided with the cue ball here.
Really much that is on. Oh, that is an outrageous fluke. But it may be that it's not made a lot of difference either way.
34.
Had he missed, unlucky. He played that very well. Well, he had a fluke against him in the previous frame. That's a pretty outrageous one. But right now, lucky or not, he needs to take advantage.
Well, it could be huge, this, couldn't it? OK, he hadn't left a red on, but he's on the black. That's the point. He was shaking his head there. He didn't think that red was even going in, but it did. Well, as if he needed any luck.
One.
Yeah, it was pretty outrageous because it glanced off
Thank you.
the red. The one on the right of the table now just chips it and goes in to make it set. Got it.
13.
Now, the angle on...
If it doesn't, the cue ball's going into the reds, and he'd be very fortunate not to leave one on, but he's going for it. And he's got it. Is he on the black? And he's not on the pink either. So it was a big risk, and so very nearly finished on the black. He was on it at one stage, and then that red just came down the table and covered the black. End of break.
You know, one of the most special events on the calendar for sure. Yeah, and probably part of Marco will be hoping Ronnie clears up here because, you know, it's kind of funny, I think.
Winner. It's there.
53.
It's there, and it's a very good spot, actually. It was the... really did give his career a lift-off.
29.
Beat Mark Allen in the semis. Either side of wins over Ding Junhui and Judd Trump.
30.
needs
67.
this red on the plant to put the frame safe.
Just right jaw, isn't it, on that? And that's exactly the way it's going to go in.
Well, he's done what he had to do from the lead that Wilson left him. He's
Not an easy shot. It's one of those shots where
Mark Selby
with a bit of a
1.
hiding to nothing, he just had to drop it in. And of course, you miss those, you leave the red on. Any player would not relish that sort of a shot. Expected to get it.
Yeah, an early nerve.
Mark Williams.
Well, that's
12.
a big shock. There's nothing difficult about this. Q didn't go through all that straight, as you saw, a little bit jumpy and jerky on the follow-through. It's
well, the cardinal sin, really, not potting the blue,
Selby,
going into the
13.
reds.
Yes, but it's a bit like in the previous frame, the red he missed, where he's thinking about the cue ball, and that's what he was doing there. Obviously, a little bit on this one now. The shot before
Mark
was the
Williams,
problem there.
9.
He put himself under undue pressure. This was always high, wasn't it? This was never coming back down with the nap.
Let off then for Mark Selby, having missed that blue, going on as ever, rather nervously but supportively from the audience, hoping this will be done soon. He doesn't want deciders or comebacks. But it's not over yet. It's not over yet.
Mark Selby, 47.
There you see, that is the pressure of the situation. Is furious. He wanted to get the right cannon on the pink, so he played it in such a way that he wasn't going to leave much if it didn't go in. Ooh.
Mark Williams, 1.
It was one of those nothing shots, really. He was always going to land on the red. He had to just make sure he got it.
So Mark.
Tough shot. I think it's an outstanding break. Unlucky that it ended the way it did.
Got himself 27 points in front. Just one shot too many here. This tough red using the rest.
No shot is easy under this sort of pressure, but there was always a degree of difficulty about that one. What was that about? I really don't know what happened there, but I'd hate to think he was distracted and lost his concentration.
Well, it broke his concentration because he had to resettle himself. We'll never know if he'd have got it first time round, but it wouldn't have helped, whatever this slight disturbance was. Just heard something.
Well.
Selby, 44.
It was never in. It was never going to drop from there.
Quiet down, please.
And now...
Well, not forced to be on a colour here. Not forced to pop the red.
Look at Brazil, 20.
So that attacking shot going into the reds could be very costly. Position on the black more than... He's left himself to open the reds up. Oh, but don't forget the pot. The pot was easy.
Anthony McGill,
He
14.
just took his eyes off it. And now the red that's gone over the middle pocket. I think Higgins can see it.
Well, we had a turning point in the third frame, didn't we, when Higgins missed a pink, which, had he potted it, looked likely to carry him to a 3-0 lead. Since then, McGill has...
To losing 4 frames in a row.
Well, that's just a lack of concentration after potting frame ball.
Yes, but he would have liked to have been getting on with the next frame now, and he would have been had the black gone in. So has to wait a little longer. 2 snookers required.
Well, you can see it clearly goes, but it's not an easy angle to get right. Never in doubt. You haven't got a huge amount of pocket to aim at there. Oh, that's a fantastic shot. That really is. The speed. It's a much more gettable shot, played more firmly than that, as well as everything else. And even there, he covered the bunch with the green. So Williams has got a difficult shot. Sometimes these little things can go unnoticed. What a blinder of a pot that was. And Selby's shot was so good that he was forced into playing that. He had no other real option. Played it really nicely. It didn't go in cleanly, but it was close enough. He played it in such...
Well, worth waiting for. 2 minutes he took over that.
I think he played it with left-hand check side. Cue ball seemed to die a death when he hit the second cushion, and that was Lee. Oh, Williams got this red that taking him right back down the table, almost a free shot of the red. What a brilliant pot. He not won it earlier on like that, but he hit it harder. But this time the pressure was greater.
That's what I was saying, you just can't...
brilliant pot, and also cleverly played, leaving nothing if he missed it, but the red that he was actually playing. It'd be difficult to think that he could score that many from here unless he can get balls away from cushions.
And look at this for a positional shot, and that's the way he played it. Hasn't finished yet. Hasn't finished yet. It hasn't finished yet. It has now. That's too far topside. He's going to have to play the cannon now. And he didn't want to play that. This could go wrong. It could also go right.
This looks like being a big steal from Luca Brissell, who looks set to fall 4-2 behind, but he's held his nerve on the colours, developing the black.
Brissell. And an easy brown. This is the green. And then missed the easy brown. Oh, missed it. He would have been leaving reds on. And may still have done.
One.
Yeah, great shot. Have to be so accurate with those type of shots to the middle. Leaves that red behind the black spot. Oh, that's a great shot. And this time he is on the black. He got what he deserved. What a great shot from Higgins. Good kiss, good kiss.
Yeah, McGill's turned to be frozen out a little in the last couple of frames. And with that in mind, all the more impressive to see that wonderful red disappear.
And the crowd absolutely love this one, don't they? What a great pot. Now, does he have the angle to run through? He did not. But he could play the cue ball back into the balk area. He'd be on the yellow. Oh, what a shot. But where's that cue ball going to finish?
One.
Left in this frame. This is a real thin one. He's got it, though.
That was a fantastic shot from Higgins. Blind pocket, ultra thin. Oh, what a great recovery shot. The sign of his confidence.
Yes, and we were right behind the line, and it was always held on, wasn't it?
A terrific pot.
Yes, Philip, but he needs to convert this chance. Can't afford to let another one slip by.
To play it from red. Cue ball on to that set plant. Let's have a look. Yep, he's gone for it. And it was a very ambitious shot that he played. Fortunately, got the pot to the left corner. Very nearly got the plant. Well, he dug that one out from nowhere, and he deserved a better outcome than that. Great shot this from Karen Wilson. Awkward cueing, and he always knew he was going into the black hole. He doesn't need all the reds. And this time the situation was different because the two reds were no longer on to this right corner pocket. But he's played it almost too well. That's where he played the cue ball to in case he missed the red. That's a wonderful shot. He knew he wasn't leaving anything. Nevertheless, what a good pot on the pink. Really could drop the cue ball onto the baulk cushion, playing off the red nearest the middle. But as I said earlier, both players playing aggressively. And that's an aggressive shot. And what a good shot. And was it a good kiss? Not really. Had the green just come past the red, would have been easy. Could have split the reds open. He deserved better from this.
He does have a terrific temperament, Wilson. It's one of his assets. He does have the ability to put disappointments behind him. Focus on the present. Easier said than done, but that is frame ball for Mark Allen.
Yeah, what a wonderful shot that was from Mark Allen. Played it as a shot to nothing. A great pot. Yeah, Wilson into the left corner. The one to the right corner looks to be going into the reds. Yeah, nice shot. Now, does he go for the yellow or tuck up behind it? Yeah, another excellent safety shot this time from Wilson. What a shot. Another great shot, this time from Allen. And a good kiss on the green. And there's nothing you can do about that, as Karen Wilson looks like.
And look to the future, because it's a big, big night of snooker here.
Players knocking a very high percentage of that sort of shot. Well, we had a great view of that one, and he was never in any doubt. Good pot, unlucky where he's finished. Anywhere but there, on top of the green.
Well, someone enjoy.
Frames. Karen Wilson is very much still in this match. The opponent gets to 9, and obviously thinks there's no margin for error whatsoever.
9.
He needs to remember. Wow, well, that is just fantastic. He's not frightened to play his shots, is he? I mean, he ended up getting the cue ball back, but there's no guarantees there. The gap he thought was a gap actually wasn't one, but the red went in.
Early nerves are guaranteed. It's such a big event, this, and it's been a real build-up the last few days.
Foul. Mark Selby 4.
It's a very poor shot to going off. I don't know where he thought the cue ball was going to end up there. I mean, he probably thought he would hit the right-hand cushion before the pocket. Well, that's a very good shot, and that's extremely unlucky. He probably knew he was going to hit the yellow, but he had no way of working out it might go into the pocket. Could have stayed over the pocket, and he could have been away again. Just dropped in. Well, from a long way out, it appeared that it was the in-off was on an evening match. And the world champion, one of the greats of all time, came out in London and was booed by Higgins fans. Higgins went on to win that match. Anyway, that was a mistake. He needs his red to bounce, does Williams.
Well, it's a triple whammy, really. Missing the pot, going in off, and the red coming back to bolt.
Just look at shots all day, but it must be a difficult one. It must be. Getting hoped. Needs that red to go safe. It won't be too bad. Well, the whole thing ended up a complete blur, didn't it, after all that time?
Well, he just had an old-fashioned whack, and it could have been so much worse for Williams.
Mark Selby 4. Yeah.
Cue ball leaps in the air, leaps in the pocket.
Yeah, so I have to confess, it blew so quick that I didn't even realise he hit the black.
For me,
A complete blur. Now, Olivier Martial has got serious problems now, hasn't he? Because he's got to get all these balls back to where they were. I mean, about 4 or 5 of them moved.
well, confirm it's the black. So.
Yeah, it was the black. It happened so quick in real.
Tell you what, that has not worked out too badly. Cue ball ended up taken out a cameraman this time, I think.
Well, for such a tense match, it's like being at the comedy store with these two.
Well, look, the snooker's meant to be a bit of fun, isn't it? And, you know, over the years, things like this have happened, and you never quite know what's going to come next. But I don't think anyone was hurt in the playing of that shot anyway, which is good news.
The Crucible, which is...
And Luca Brazil now in the top 16 for the first time. Wasn't the best break-off.
Foul.
And not the best result.
Luca Reservo.
Well, I hope the Dennis Taylor deliberate mistake didn't put him off too much.
Foul. Mark Allen 4.
Right, just... And this time it does go in, caught the red too thick. And look where the cue ball is. Hasn't reached the baulk line. Now what's the damage?
Foul. Look at Brazil 4.
Yeah, caught it too thick. Managed.
So 120 in the first frame, 120.
Then sometimes at you know, some of these events with 128 players starting off in round one, sometimes when you're on the back table, you know, you don't really feel part of the tournament, and that seems to be where Marco, yeah, you can't really bend that inside. May attempt a double. It's only Reddy could leave, I think.
Thank you
Oh, he's
very
called
much.
a foul on
Foul.
himself.
William Sullivan 44.
Just touched a red, I think.
And there is a little bit of pressure on this one. Pink and the red on the left side cushion.
Foul.
Yes, and he was forced into making a thicker
Anthony
contact
McGill 4.
to avoid those two balls. And this is a real chance now for McGill. Come off the cushion, bring the red into play. The problem is, if he misses it, he may not be on a red. So, decisions. He's played it. Oh, and he's missed it by a long way. Check the cue ball, and that's a disaster.
Foul. Look at Brazil.
But he missed it by a long way, didn't he?
Mark Allen 6.
Didn't need any check on the cue ball. Look at the cue ball when it hits the cushion. It checks. There's a lot of right-hand side on the cue ball.
And dusted just yet either.
Foul. Marco Fu 4.
Foul. And a miss. And foul. Anthony McGill 7.
Well, he won't be too bothered.
Very unlucky.
Mark Allen 4.
It is. I guess that was always going to be the problem. He must have known it was quite near to it enough. He hoped it just wouldn't happen. Maybe he thought it would.
19 the difference, 22 left. Where's the white ball? Oh, what next?
Well,
Foul. Mark Allen 4.
You have to.
Снукер, which he was already playing at that point.
Foul.
Well, it's a kind of in-off. You'd be proud of.
He's got an excellent record. He's won as many times as he's lost against the great man. And he's won some big ones too. That one just stays out, catching the near jaw.
Mark Allen,
Wow, would you believe it?
47.
Would you believe it, after such a good shot on the black?
Well, he's missed it to the other jaw. I mean, he hit the other one he missed. He hit to the near jaw. I don't know if he got a kick there, but there seems to be some suggestion of it.
It's unheard of. Allen's a very healthy 92 in contrast. Oh, well, there we go. The curse of the commentator strikes again.
I'm just thinking that, you know,
Mark
Mark
Allen,
really
6.
has to take advantage of John being in this sort of form and not sort of drag himself down a little bit, knowing that John's not.
Well, it was awkward queuing
Mark Allen,
over
30.
the reds, but you still expected him to pot it. Just feeling the pressure a little bit, really.
Mark Allen 1.
To play the cannon to that red on the cushion. May not be able to play for the green this time round. Oh, what a miss. Now, can Mark Allen see this red over the baulk corner?
Well, it's been an epic frame. But this pink will give Kyron Wilson the early advantage in the final. Wow, that is pure pressure.
Kyron Wilson,
Well,
9.
after that great blue as well. Terrific
Settle
blue.
down, please.
If he should lose this frame, he's not going to have a nice 20 minutes. Well, he nearly missed the blue.
Thank you. Mark Allen 6.
Did miss the red.
Kyron Wilson 7.
That is just something you cannot afford to do. Miss Black's off the spot in splitting the pack. And, well, what a letter.
There's one of those
Mark
sort of
Allen,
hiding to
18.
nothing shots, really, that you see where players are dropping the ball in, doing nothing with the cue ball. And if you miss it, it looks a bad shot. But it's so difficult to pick up that angle.
Mark Allen 1.
Don't know why it is, but when you're very close with cue ball and object ball, you can't get to the shot and see it properly. A real cueing shot, and it let him down under pressure. But once again he misses.
Thank you. Kyron Wilson 17.
Whatever the shot, Dave, he is struggling. The rest shots have been his saviour throughout this tournament.
He does. You'd fancy him for 9-6.
Well, the tide could be changing. He's left a great chance. And as I said,
Oh, it's Brown. Which he's missed.
Karen Wilson,
So
1.
such a good red, but it's going to be Mark Allen who's in.
extra weight on the cue, and sometimes you can just push it onto the object ball a little.